Today's video is about what triggers are teaching you. So many people are questioning why they got triggered and what is this trigger showing to them. So the triggers are pointing out your traumas. Basically, things what you need to release, things what you need to actually get out of your system. This can point to childhood trauma. This can point to your karmic debts or even ancestral effect. This can point to your karmic past lives. So there are so many things a trigger can be connected. You living your day-to-day life and then suddenly something happening to you, you hear a news or someone tells you something and bang, you got triggered. You started to feel stressed maybe or sad or anxious or disappointed or all kinds of feelings can come up, negative emotions. Those are the triggers, basically the negative emotions coming up, which you need to figure out where is it coming from? Because it's not the other person, it's you, right? So there are some people who's very resilient and they don't get bothered, they don't get triggered. They are very mindful, they are very strong personality, they might they haven't got traumas or the same karmic debts or whatever they need to resolve, maybe it's a different level in their system. But the people who's sensitive, more sensitive, and they actually went through more traumas and things like that, then they actually experiencing these triggers and they believe that, wow, the humans are bad and then they are just hurting me and I am the victim and they just always, getting me off guard. But the thing is that it's you who need to find why you got triggered. It's you who need to get into the solution. It's not them, it's you. And the opposite thing when it's happening, for example, you talk to someone and then they say, oh, you hurt my feelings, or they got mad at you, or they start to be angry at you. It's the same thing. It's not you, it's them, right? It's them, it's their issue they need to work on, or they need to actually tune into their unconscious mind and then find the traumas and heal it. So when people actually get into fights, these fights are between not them, their personality or their conscious life is about their traumas, their backgrounds, their whatever baggage they carry, and the ego can get stuck up on that and then create really bad situations, even between people who love each other. And that's really bad because the love should win, right? But I heard so many times that people were in love and everything was amazing, but still when they got into fights, then the ego won the game and they divorced, even though later they still felt the love. They just said no because of their ego or whatever trigger was still there, because they didn't work on it. They didn't work on themselves to release the traumas, to get rid of those traumas, which is blocking them from happiness, right? And success, whatever is on your way. You self-sabotaging yourself, being triggered all the time. And this is not other people, it's you. You need to find a solution not to get triggered. What the trigger does to you, they actually put you on an emotional roller coaster, which can jeopardize your health, your success, your career, and your relationships as well. So why to be there? Why to have that emotional roller coaster every day in your life when there is a solution for that? So let's see what is happening when someone tells you something and you get triggered. Let's say you feel angry with your partner. Maybe the partner says something and then you were like, oh my God, he hurt my feelings, he's behaving this and this way. And that actually negative emotion is related to relationship is affecting your sacral chakra. Normally, whatever is kind of emotional effect coming to you is related to different chakras, depending on what area of your life is it about, right? So relationship is about sacral chakra. So when your sacral chakra gets affected because of negative emotions around relationship, what happens is that as it's piling up and you're not releasing it properly, then it's going to start to affect the hormonal productions, and it's going to bring more of the moody energies, and then it's going to affect physically also the organs around your sacral chakra, which is your womb, ovaries, the abdominal area, lower abdominal, with your intestines, with your bladder. So all of those, or kidneys. So if you start experiencing physical syndromes around those areas, digestion issues, so on and so forth, that's a sign that you have issues in your relationship. But sometimes it's not your current relationship. Your current relationship might triggering the negative emotions around your past relationship. Might you were abused in your past relationship or in past life, and that's got triggered right now, and because of that, starting to have all of these physical syndromes. So what is the solution? Because until now, I was just talking about what you're experiencing, how is it happening to you, and what is it causing. The solution is to find the traumas and release them. How to find them, right? It could be very difficult, especially if you don't remember them, if it's in past life, right? And even if in this lifetime, sometimes you can have traumas in the womb of your mom, or when you were like 2 years old. You're not going to remember, right? So that's why it's so important to get into theta brainwaves and connect with the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is which holding the traumas. How are you able to connect with the unconscious mind? When you are in theta brainwaves, that means you transcend from conscious to subconscious. And then in the subconscious, there is a little part of the subconscious. This is the unconscious mind, is much deeper. It's for the traumas, for guilt and shame and abuse. So that's where they actually are. So when you are in theta brainwaves, you are able to communicate and recall old traumas. And the unconscious mind is helping you to bring the specific traumas which are actually connected with the triggers you are experiencing. So it's very, very focused release. So your trigger, what just happened to you, how it makes you feel. And through tuning into those emotions and feelings and body sensations, the unconscious mind knows exactly what traumas to bring up. And it's going to bring it up to you as a memory. You're going to see it like a movie, and you are able to actually grab the emotions from there and then release it through a process. So when the release is happening, you're also going to forgive to the other person. You're also going to start messages like how to actually deal with this situation in the future. So it's a very complex healing process, which I do with my clients, and I teach also to my students so they can heal others. So this is a very potent healing. Is a 60,000 years old karma yogi technique. It's called source memory healing, what I use, and it's very, very profound, is very fast-paced, is really effective. It's people who were on speaking therapy, they came to me and said like couldn't help them for decades, and this eventually helped them, this source memory healing. So it's very powerful. So I recommend it to everyone. And if you would like to have a talk about it, then you can just book a call with me or download my ebook. And you can also join my new program, which starts this week. And we're going to do a lot of healings on these 8 weeks until the end of the year, and lots of spiritual techniques and so on and so forth. So this is the way actually how you can heal your triggers, because when you release the traumas, the triggers not going to come anymore. They're going to stop, and you're going to have a more peaceful and calm life. But you had many traumas, so you're going to have different triggers. So the healing journey is actually a journey. So it's going to take a while until you release most of them, and all of them, like as you go. But your life is going to become much more easier. It's going to be easier, it's calmer, it's going to become more peaceful, and you're going to become more healthy, because the triggers creating the physical diseases in your body. So that is what I wanted to share for today. And if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.